everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Shoulders of Giant. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're already subscribed, welcome back. First of all, I just want to wish all my fellow Malaysians Selamat Hari Merdeka and Happy Independence Day. Our country has come a long way, and just want to wish everyone Happy Independence Day. So, what's better than talking about independence and on Independence Day than talking about financial independence, right? So today my video is going to be about the stages of financial independence. The purpose of this video is to kind of show you that what are the stages of financial independence and how to move from stages to stages. And it's also aimed to help you visualize um, what you're going to do when you actually arrive at that stage. So it's I know everyone's like situation is different, so it's okay to be at like different stage of the financial independence path. But I just want to give you like a breakdown of like the different types of stages and help you see how to move forward. So here I've prepared like a short slide on the 6 stages of financial independence. Um, I I am I'm doing this new term called Nasi Lemak finance. Um, Sort of just a way, uh, a cheeky Malaysian way to explain the stages of financial independence. So it might help you understand it easier. So, okay, let's break it down. So these are the 6 stages explained with Nasi Lemak, the 6 stages of financial independence. First, I'll just go through it plainly. So the first stage is whether you're bankrupt or you have a zero start, so you're starting from zero. Second stage, you're relying on someone. It can be your parents, it can be some financial assistance from like government or anything. And the third is like paycheck to paycheck. The fourth is cutting down debt. Fifth is snowballing your wealth. And the sixth and final stage is being financially independent. So let's say stage one, you're bankrupt. So in stage one, let's say that you want to eat nasi lemak, but in stage one, you don't even have the rice. So you have nothing. Sometimes you might even owe people money. You might owe people nasi lemak. So stage one, you have nothing. You don't even have the rice. Stage two, you might have the rice, but you're relying on your parents or you're relying on someone else, external sources to get the egg, the timun, the ikan bilis, the sambal. So you are always relying on someone to get a full meal of nasi lemak. And then stage three. Stage three is like you're working, you have an income, but the income is just enough to buy one nasi lemak a day. So every day you have to continue working to get that one nasi lemak per day. And then stage four. Stage four is like you took on some debt because you want to eat more nasi lemak, but now you have a lot of debt to pay. So you're trying to slowly cut down the debt so that one day you can eat nasi lemak without actually owing people money. And fifth is like you're trying to snowball your wealth. Let's say you really want to eat nasi lemak every single day of your life, and you go and take a loan, you buy some land, you grow some paddy fields, you grow some rice paddy fields, and then the paddy fields keep on growing rice, and then it keeps on giving you rice, and then without in the future, your land is providing you the rice, and then you can keep making nasi lemak. So that's called snowballing your wealth. And then the sixth is financial independence. When you reach this stage, it means that you can get a plate of nasi lemak every day for the rest of your life without doing anything. How? It's either because your land is so fertile that it just keep on growing you rice, and then or you set up a nasi lemak business, and then everything is automated already. You hire your manager, your chef, your cashier, accountant, everything, and it just keep on sustainably survive, and every day it gives you an income, and that income gets you a nasi lemak every day for the rest of your life. So I hope it sort of simplifies the stages. So let's go through the stages right now. So stage one is your bankrupt and zero start. So who are these people? People who have no assets or money. Usually, if like you're a baby, you're a kid, usually you're at this stage, or if some unfortunate circumstances like You go through some hardship, your previous business fall or went bankrupt, or even like previous lives that where maybe people are pushed into hard situations, they have to take up uh, loans from loan sharks, or they did some risky investment or gambling, and then they reach this stage. And even though you're at this stage, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of steps to take to get out of this stage. And if you want to know further, please comment below. I actually made like a guide to get out of stage one, but it's in very detailed. So if you like to know further, I'll make a separate video on that. So how to get to the next stage from stage one? Um, the simplest way is to get some assistance. Well, if you have parents and you're still relying on parents, you can get some assistance from parents. You can get assistance from government. If let's say you're without a job, bankrupt, there are a lot of government programs to help you kickstart your career. Um, and the second is to have some grit and also some luck. So grit is to your willingness to learn a new skill. You upskill yourself. Maybe you start off doing some labor work and then go on to more like service-oriented work, and then after that, more knowledge-based work. So this is the first stage. Second stage is you're relying on someone. So let's say, who are these people? People who are relying on external sources for their survival. Um, so these are usually like children, your teenagers, people who are still living with their parents, relying on their parents on like pocket money, or parents who are financing their education. And so they are directly relying on some external sources for their survival. So how to get to the next stage? Um, the simplest way is to get a job. So once you get a job, you have an income. And then another way is to set up like a simple business so that your income can offset your expenditure. Once your income is equals to your expenditure, you are in stage three. So in stage three, you're living paycheck to paycheck. What does this mean is that people who have an income just enough to cover their expenses. So you don't have much to save. Every, let's say every month your income is just enough to offset your expenditure, whether it's rent, food, transportation, everything. So how to get to the next stage? And you can see the number of steps to get to the next stage is about the same from stage three onwards. So how to get to the next stage is first is to reduce expenses. Second is increasing your income by getting a better paid job, either by upscaling yourself or getting collecting experience to get a higher paid job. And then the third is like is a more risky move, but it's also a move that can pay off, can have higher rewards. It's, so this move is starting a business to grow it into an asset that actually sustainable, and eventually you can be as hands off as possible and it will still generate income for you. So stage four is cutting down debt. So once you do, usually if you're living like paycheck to paycheck and you want to purchase something larger, let's say a house, car, you're bound to take out some debt. So in stage four, once you reach paycheck to paycheck and then you're earning slightly a bit more than paycheck to paycheck, so you have some savings already, and this is the stage where you're trying to cut down your debt. So who are in this stage? Anyone who owes any money to anyone. So usually stage three and stage four, they come hand in hand. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and also cutting down debt at the same time. So it if you've reached the stage that you are comfortably able to cut down debt, meaning you're better than early stage three, you're better than just surviving. You're already having some savings and you can cut down debt. So what kind of debt are there? So like let's say small debt are like furniture. You buy furniture, you take some installment plan, you buy an iPhone, you buy a new Samsung phone, you take an installment plan. So it's like a anything like a personal loan somewhere below 10K. And then medium debt are like cars. You take a loan to buy a car, you take a loan to further your studies, your education. And then large debts are like house. You take a housing loan, housing mortgage. You take out a large loan to kickstart your business. And then how to get to the next stage? Again, the steps are simple. Reduce expenses, increase your income, and then this one's a new one because you want to get to stage five. You want to start building wealth through investments. So here comes stage five. Stage five is snowballing your wealth. So once you're starting to cut down debt, you have savings, right? So here comes the part where you have to do research. You have to research whether um, your debt is worth holding on versus so like after stage three, right? After paycheck to paycheck, usually you already have some savings. So your savings, you have to decide whether to use these savings to pay off your debt or to put into investments that will snowball your wealth. So here is for you to decide and do your own research. If there are investments that is higher return rate than your loan interest, then it makes sense to put your savings and money into a wealth generating asset. So who are these people? Anyone who has some form of investment in the market that grows over time. So the key to snowballing wealth is investing in assets that grows over time. So for example, people who are in this stage are like people who invest in the stock market, they invest in properties, they invest in Malaysia, there's all kinds of new investments like robo-advisors, Stashaway, MyDeal, Wahed, Rise app, and there's all kinds of investment vehicles. And a lot of Malaysians likes to keep their investments in EPF. Um, if you have the chance, a lot of people likes to buy Amanah Saham, ASMB, ASNM. So these are assets. And how do you get to the next stage from stage five? Again, the steps are similar from stage three. Reduce your expenses, increase income, and then here are the additional steps from stage five. Research and find smart and sustainable assets to invest in. Or if you are already starting a business, you have to find ways to scale your business into a sustainable asset. Sustainable here meaning that your business reach a point where you're as hands off as possible. So so if you want to reach financial independence, you have to reach a stage where your money is generating for you automatically. So here is stage six, financial independence. Hooray, Merdeka, independence time. So who are these people? People who do not need to resort to any external sources for survival, meaning that they can survive comfortably without doing anything. So how does this stage look like? I want to help you visualize how this stage look like. So this stage looks like, let's say you are an individual. You only work if you want to, and not because you have to, because your assets are already generating enough income for you to live comfortably. And you can retire if you want, or you can do your hobbies, gardening, sewing, knitting, anything. So you work if you want to, not because you have to. And how does this look like is that your pool of assets never depreciate. Maybe it depreciate like some years the market is bad, but on the long term it never depreciates. Instead, it actually appreciates. So a lot of the financial independence bloggers out there, bloggers, YouTubers, the rule of thumb is having an asset that is 25 to 30 times your annual expenses. And the hope is it gives you at about 4% returns each year. So that 4% returns will help you live perpetually. So forever. Perpetually means forever. And let's say you want to spend, oh, there's a typo. Let's say you want to spend 3K a month for your expenses. So you need 36K a year. And 36K times 25 is 900K. So you need 900K to 1 million to survive on 36K a year. 3K a month for an individual is actually uh, quite comfortable. So if you're living as a couple, maybe you need more, you need twice the amount. 3K a month, this is, remember this amount is forever. 3K a month forever. So let's say you saved up 900K and then you put it in a investment vehicle. So you get 4% every year, and then this is forever. Not to mention if like let's say that year you're using less than 36K, your asset will grow on further. And let's say if that year is higher than 4%, again your asset will go on will grow further, and then you have even more safety net. So 4% is a reasonable estimate of the returns. As far as I know, EPF, ASN, they give anywhere from 5 to 8%. Recently, it's been on the lower end, but in the past, it has always been pretty high at the 7 to 8% range. So if you don't want to save an asset that's 25 to 30x your annual expenses, you can also go the business route. So your business route, it has a slightly different calculation where your business have to be run automatically and generate about uh, the percentage of generation is also towards your expenditure per year. So even people who do business, they also know how to diversify their income stream, and they also put in money into investment vehicles. So eventually it will reach this point too, where you have an asset that generates about 4% returns, and it's about 25 to 30x your annual expenses. So let's say you want to live at a higher living cost, you want to live like 10K a month. That means you have to triple this amount. You need about 3 million saved up as an in an investment vehicle to live about 10K a month. So I hope this helps you visualize how to get from stage to stage of the financial independence journey. Again, this is a recap. Stage one, bankrupt. Two, relying on someone. Three, paycheck to paycheck. Four, cutting down debt. Fifth, snowballing wealth. And six, financial independence. Remember that stage three, four, five, it goes hand in hand. Anyone can jump from three to four to five, back to four to three. And this is it's like a never-ending cycle for a while before you reach the last stage of financial independence. So I hope this video helps you visualize your journey. And if you'd like to see more video on how to get from each stage in more detail, please comment down below. Also comment down below which stage you're in. We are not going to shame anyone, no judgment for anyone. Um, if you're in a journey, we're all in this journey together, and I'm here to help you. So yeah, comment down below, and I'll try my best to provide as much value as possible to you. And again, once again, take care, and Selamat Hari Merdeka to all my fellow Malaysians.